Okay, so people have been asking me to look into RIIZE and how SEUNGHAN is doing. If you haven't been in the loop, SEUNGHAN got kicked out of RIIZE for having like a girlfriend pre-debut or something like that. Maybe I'm missing information that felt very petty. So anyway, he gets kicked out. They bring him back for like 2 days. People freak out. He gets kicked out again. I was like, that sucks. So I looked into it. I was like, how is homeboy doing? I felt like it was good. I felt like it was good news. I also looked into RIIZE in the future. A little precarious. I don't love what I'm seeing for them, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Of course, everything I say is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. And peace and love. And let's go. Okay, how SEUNGHAN feels about leaving RIIZE. That's taking care of yourself. The internet. Not being able to work. Being given something. This seems like SM. Page of Cups in the reverse position and the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. His energy doesn't seem as downtrodden as I maybe would have imagined it to be, because I think he is disappointed, especially because you have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups and they're both facing each other, which to me is almost like going around in a circle over and over again. It's almost like if I'm in his energy, it's like a slight frustration of like, oh, I can't move, I can't grow beyond this, people are not allowing me to grow. Which makes sense. Like, he tried to join the group, people were like, boo, and like he got kicked out yet again. It's almost like people are not allowing me to grow or mature. It also is sort of like he is stuck in kind of an emotional purgatory. I feel like he feels lucky in a way, because I read that SM gave him the opportunity to debut as a soloist at the end of this year maybe, and so I feel like he feels lucky in that way. It's like, okay, I can maybe work again, like this is great. But it's also like, I do think he has done a lot to take care of himself, especially because we got the Empress as the first card, which is like taking care of yourself. I think he blames the internet for, which is really true. Like, I think he blames the internet and like netizens and fans for why he can't debut as an idol. But really, his energy so far is not giving angry. It's not really even giving sad. It's sort of like, that was incredibly disappointing. It might have been when it was happening, he was super devastated. If any, I really see him having done a lot of work to feel better and feel okay about the outcome, which is really wonderful. Like, it's really strong, like mature, emotionally mature energy, like taking care of yourself energy. That's kind of aspirational. 2 of Pentacles is like balancing the ebbs and flows of life. The King of Pentacles, oh, that's like balancing kind of the whims of SM. SM does not seem like the most organized company behind the scenes, actually. It seems like they mess up a lot, like they'll tell an idol one thing and then a different thing will happen, or they'll be like, oh yeah, we totally did that, and then it didn't happen. I see that with SM a lot. It's almost like there is a level of incompetence that you wouldn't necessarily expect, given both how old SM is, how long they've been in the idol industry, how many groups they've managed. But there's a lot of like incompetence, and almost like, we don't know what we're doing either. And it's like, what are you talking about? You're a massive company. That's the vibe it's giving. It's almost like SEUNGHAN has to balance like what SM is like saying versus like, okay, but like what's actually going to happen. SM, I think, is sometimes actually very malicious, and sometimes is like just really like not good at managing things. So to fans it seems malicious, but really they were like, oh, we didn't think about that, and it's like, babe. I do think SM actually feels a bit bad for SEUNGHAN. Not, well, I mean, when it was happening, I think they did. I don't think SM was really trying to punish SEUNGHAN so much as, like, I mean, the messaging, I think, to fans was, but this was all really to placate fans and to make sure that RIIZE can continue as, like, one group and the other members weren't going to be affected. But I think SM actually felt quite bad for SEUNGHAN. But they were also, like, business is business. The 5 of Pentacles, I don't think SEUNGHAN got a lot of help from SM. Not directly, but also, again, like, SM is really giving incompetent right now. Like, they're just like, we don't know what we're doing. That's like the voice I hear in my head when I think of SM. In this situation, at the very least. And it's sort of like being left out in the cold. Which I think is really what happened. Like, he literally got, like, kicked to the curb. This is not being able to express yourself, especially creatively or in creation. The 6 of Wands, and not being able to transition and focusing on the positives. I love his energy. I love his energy. He seems like a really good-natured person, to be honest. Like, he's like, okay, like, these are my mistakes, like, I'll learn from them. Like, this opportunity was taken away from me, let's make lemons into lemonade. Like, I think he's really contemplated this a lot. I think he was actually in a very dark place when it was going down, and he's done a tremendous amount of work to feel better. I don't know if he's necessarily happy, but he's determined. And it might not even be in, like, the idol industry, but in one way or another, he's, like, determined to be successful in his life. And I think that's kind of what he wants. I do think he enjoys singing and dancing and performing in the arts, but I think his biggest goal is actually, like, to be successful. And I think he will be, like, just based, like, on his energy alone, like, his personality seems actually really lovely. I think he would have been very fun to watch in RIIZE, because he seems like a great personality. Queen of Pentacles. I think this was a really big loss for him because I see a lot of mourning going on, and it's like almost like as if he went through like the stages of grief, because this card can also talk about grief, and then the Queen of Pentacles is like not being able to nurture something or watch it grow. So I think this was a major loss for him. I think he is most sad that he can't perform with his group mates anymore. I think he's sad he can't be an idol also and like fulfill his dream in that way, but it's like there's a lot that he lost in this, and he was sort of like, I didn't really do anything wrong, but like that's the way it goes, I guess. Two of Swords in the reverse position is again being stopped. I see him going around and around and around, like a merry-go-round or something, but it's almost like somebody is not letting him move forward for one reason or another, because there's like a block at the very top of this card. So it's sort of like, what are my choices? I don't know what my choices are. I think he's kind of in a stalemate because I think he's still in contract with SM, right? I don't know if he signed a new one or not, but it's almost like they're not very clear on like what's going to happen with his career. I don't know if he can like leave SM to go to a different company, or even if he really wants to, but there's something about him being locked into where he is. Like he can't move left, right, unilaterally. He can't really do anything, and he's sort of like in limbo. Limbo's the word I've been looking for this whole time. The moon, that's like a secret, but that's also keeping things hidden. Oh, but this is also being like hidden. Like he's like, I feel like I'm being hidden is what he's thinking. Queen of Wands, that could be a powerful woman. Judgment in the reverse position, and the Hierophant in the reverse position. A lack of awakening, trying to circumvent something. I don't know if he's necessarily pleased. I don't know how it works, because I see him not being able to get out of his contract for some reason or another. Like he's still stuck in SM maybe? I'm not sure how that would work. But in any case, it's sort of like the Judgment in the reverse position is like a lack of like awakening, like a lack of being able to move forward, because this is like the rising of the dead and the inability to do that. I think his solo career, I think it will happen, but I think if I'm tapping into his energy, he thinks that his solo career is going to be like a song and a dance kind of a show, and not a real thing that SM allows him to pursue. So it'll be like to placate people and be like, see, like they gave him like a solo, and it's like not real. It's not like they're actively trying to make him a star. The Hierophant as well is like, sometimes it's like trying to do things differently, but in this case, it's almost like, how can I circumnavigate SM? That's like, I think he's like trying to plan like, how can I get away from SM, or how can I like, give the opportunities that SM, how can I make the opportunities that SM gives me and turn them into something bigger, because they're not going to. The Queen of Wands, I think he has a strong potential to be a star. I think he really would have been one of the stronger breakouts for RIIZE. I don't know when he got kicked out or when any of this all happened. Around the time they debuted, right? There's something about that with him. I think he would have been, I think he would have actually helped RIIZE a lot to be bigger as a group. Ace of Swords, not being able to say what you want to say. The Wheel of Fortune is fortune going in your favor and contemplation. There's a chance. I don't know if it's going to happen under SM. I really don't know. Because I really feel like there is something regarding a contract and him being locked in. And also him being like stuck in some way. But there's a chance that he could become successful. It'll be a while though. I could see this taking years. I think he's 21 currently, right? He's young now. So like there's time for it. It might also not be him necessarily being a, what's the word? A soloist. Like if he managed to get out of SM, or if SM was like, you know what, we're gonna put you in a different group, or there's something along those lines. Like how his career is going to go is not what it's projected to be now. I don't know. If he's gonna be a soloist, I don't know if he's going to be a soloist under SM and be successful, but I see him like not necessarily being successful, but there is something that is positive that is going to happen with his career, which is lovely to see. But it'll take time, because this is like contemplation, and it also like time moving a little bit slower, or after like a period of like reassessing and being like, all right, what are we gonna do? Overall, I'm really happy because the energy is seeming like he is in a healthy place. Because I was very worried. I was like, I don't know if this happened to me, like I would be off a cliff, but he seems like he's in a good place. I'm gonna ask what the members all feel about the situation. Okay, how the members feel. King of Cups, emotion, Page of Pentacles, not being offered something. Oh, they really advocated for him to stay in the group. They were very, I see a lot of conflict and fighting, and I think this is, well maybe, but this seems like, to illustrate a point, but in my mind's eye, I see the members yelling at whoever's like in charge of making decisions, but that seems more to illustrate, like they were actually very upset about this. They were like, we're kicking him out the first time, and then the second time they were like, again, like I see them being really upset about this. I don't even really feel like they were, I think they were close, but not like the tightest knit, but I think they had like a level of camaraderie, all of the members with all of the other members. And I think having SEUNGHAN leave was really upsetting. Especially because the Wheel of Fortune is like bad luck, like luck worsening. I also feel like SM kicking out SEUNGHAN for a second time really did affect the group negatively. Like, it almost would have been better if they kept him in, because it was like the Barbra Streisand effect, where it drew a lot of negative attention to RIIZE, more than it helped them. Because I feel like the people who did not like that SEUNGHAN was in the group, I feel like would also just like keep watching the group to like hate watch, which is, you know, good for business, because you're getting clicks and like views and stuff like that. I think it would have been painful in the short term, but better in the long term if they kept him in. The members, like I see like also on their side like a lot of a loss. I think they all trained together for a long time, right? The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse position is literally like the loss of something, the loss of an asset, which would be SEUNGHAN. I don't know what his position was in RIIZE, or what his like skill was or something, but it seems like there is almost like a gap in the group because of that. And I feel like RIIZE as a 6-member group is still very good, and I've heard fans say that it's not as a big of a loss. It's kind of like with LE SSERAFIM when they lost Garam, and it's sort of like, oh, LE SSERAFIM's like 5 members now. You don't really remember that it used to be 6. I guess that's what the vibe is with them. But I think the members actually do see SEUNGHAN losing him after debuting with him as a bit of a loss. Like, oh, like we lost somebody who's really good at this or that, or like now I have to work harder because we don't have someone else to compensate for my lack. That's what it's giving. The Hanged Man, they still would absolutely welcome him back if SM would have changed their mind. Like if SM tomorrow's like, we're bringing him back again, the members would love that. I do feel like the members are a bit sad. It's not like, it's like, oh no, like now, but it's sort of like they're still, like they notice the gap. I think as a lot of them worked together for a long time before they debuted. The two of, I think that, again, like this is giving like SM almost, like they're trying to balance their careers with their personal lives with SM. I think SM does not always give the clearest messaging, so if you as a fan feel like SM plays games, so do idols. Idols almost never really know more than fans do. Well, that's not true, but like, I think when it comes to situations like this, I think SM is not always the clearest about what's going on. Queen of Swords. This seems like a specific woman. Oh, but we got the couple. Oh, ooh, this is like power. Now, the Queen of Swords is feminine energy, but it's also speaking very direct and very honestly. The King of Swords in the reverse position can be dishonest, but it can also be a lack of like being able to communicate effectively. Sometimes it can also be like harsh. The Emperor is power, and it can also be masculine energy and feeling in your power. I feel like the members have, I don't know if the members have ever mentioned SEUNGHAN, I'm not sure, but they've been really instructed to not really broach any part of that debacle, I guess. I feel like SM, because SEUNGHAN has come and gone, and also I think this shows kind of like how the fandom is, not even the fandom, but like also antis when it comes to RIIZE. I feel like SM, they still work hard to make sure that RIIZE has good comebacks and releases and that they're growing, but it's almost like SM takes RIIZE a little less seriously. I don't know how to describe this, because it's almost like, I think fans and fandoms play a really big role in how successful a group is doing. Even if a group is really big, if it's almost like the fandom is too chaotic in a bad way, the SM is sort of like, either we need to like get like the fandom in shape and order, or we're kind of gonna like put this group on the back burner and try to do this again. And I feel like SM actually does do this to a degree. It's kind of like blueprints from past groups, kind of. I don't know this for certain because I don't know a lot about either group, but like Girls' Generation and their newest group, Hard Eye, the one that just debuted. It's almost like SM is trying to do like an updated version of Girls' Generation with Hard Eyes. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's almost like SM tries to do updated versions of that, and that's what I'm seeing. How a fandom operates really impacts how successful the group is going to be, how much SM is going to give to the group, how much they're going to commit to it. And right now it seems almost like SM is indirectly like RIIZE is on thin ice. That's kind of it. The members haven't done anything, I don't think. The members are like, yeah, we work hard, we show up to practice, like we're in line or whatever. SM really is kind of funny behind the scenes. I don't like it. SM gives really truly incompetent, and I think that comes off as evil, but really it's just like truly like no one knows what the fuck's going on. It's really annoying, to be honest. Some K-pop companies, I like, if you watch a lot of my readings, you'll know like I don't fuck with them at all. I'm like, this is an evil company. SM, they give like evil because they're really not that smart. Like, maybe I should reword that. SM gives just like a really incompetent or like not very organized, or like there's a lot of like hands shuffling around behind the scenes. 5, 6, 7. 7 of Cups. And the upright is like delusion. 7 of Swords is being lied to. Oh, that's kind of sad. And then the 5, 6 of I feel like and this is how the members feel. They feel like they've been lied to in some way regarding this situation. I don't know what that means. I can't parse this apart at all. It feels very fuzzy. But there's something about like we were lied to, especially because the 7 of Cups is like illusions and believing in those illusions. It can also be opportunity, but it's reading more as illusion. And then the 7 and 7 go together. It's also an angel number of the divine, but it's almost like we were lied to, or like the wool was pulled up over our eyes. But this is like valor. This is like being successful. The devil is the releasing of something toxic. And the six transitions. The Knight of Swords. In some way, they dodged a bullet because the devil is the releasing of something toxic, but we got a lot of 6s and 7s, which is in the middle of like the 1 to 10, you know, in the suit or whatever. To me, it's giving, situation is not over, and I don't know what that means. I'm tired. There's something about it, especially because you have all of these cards were like going in this direction, and then you have the Knight of Swords rushing this way. It's almost like the situation isn't going to end. I don't know if it's like SM was like, surprise, we're bringing him back again. I don't think that's going to be the case. There's something about it though, because it seems unfinished. But it's like, this is, the devil is releasing something toxic and like transitioning. But it's almost like the Knight of Swords is like, no, actually, like, let's go back. Oh, SM might be lying. This is it. Okay, I think I know what's going on. I think SM is lying to the members about something. Oh, this could be with his solo. I do think the members in SEUNGHAN still see each other. Maybe working around SM or around the building or something like that. But I see them still in contact with one another. And I see SM lying to them about something. But I don't know why I didn't see this in SEUNGHAN's reading, and I still don't really see this related to SEUNGHAN, but there's something about SM lying to the members of RIIZE about something having to do with the situation, and it's like still not over yet. But it's almost like the members are living in a delusion of sorts. I'm not sure if it's like, oh, we're gonna bring him back again, just wait. I don't think that's it, but there's something about that. The Fool is naivety. This is the fruits of your labor if they pay off. Oh, again, this is something to do with the success of RIIZE and like how much money is being put into them or how much attention or care. I haven't paid that close of attention to see if like SM is giving RIIZE a lot of comebacks or if they've been on an extended hiatus or what's going on, but there's something about their success and SM is like holding back, or like it's almost like SM is trying to form another boy group to like kind of take the place of RIIZE, but not really. It's almost like I don't know how to explain this because it's not necessarily taking the place of RIIZE. I don't think RIIZE is going to disband, but it'd be like if they debuted another boy group and that boy group was meant to, it's almost like they expect that RIIZE is not going to be a smash hit, but SM really wants a big smash hit the way like EXO was a massive smash hit, you know what I mean? They want another boy group like that and they're working on that, and I feel like it's almost like we don't believe RIIZE is going to be this big smash hit. They have a fandom, it's fine, like whatever, but it's almost like they're putting more energy and effort into a new boy group that's going, I think is coming up soon. I don't know if that's already scheduled or not, I'm not sure, I'm tapped out of this world, but I see SM almost lying to RIIZE, like, oh yeah, you guys are still our priority. That's not true. They're like, they are to the extent that they're going to keep having comebacks and like nurturing the fandom, but it's almost like there's a new boy group that is coming, and I feel like the RIIZE members have maybe asked about it or talked about it, or like, hey, can we get more of this or that? And they're like, oh, we don't have the funds because it's being given to a different boy group. And they're almost going to be competitors, but it's not going to be marketed that way. I don't think it's not going to be as obvious, but it's almost like they're going to be competing for the same type of fandom or demographic, or they're going to like, it's hard to explain. Well, any final words for the boysies? Yeah, this isn't done. This is, because again, it's like we're in the middle of the suit. The world is a lack of completion. The Two of Wands in the reverse position is, again, not like having a strong plan on SM's part. And the Knight of Pentacles is almost like we're giving you less resources. RIIZE will be fine, but I don't see SM giving them a ton of stuff. Almost like whatever, it's almost like we don't like your fandom that much and we don't know how to like get them under control. It's also like you guys like lost a member and everything's just a little bit shaky and like all over the place. We want to invest more in a different group. Aw, well, not the worst news, not the best news. I see them being very sad that SEUNGHAN is still not in the group though. And I think they did try to fight to keep him in. That's sweet. Honestly, like, I root for RIIZE now. Like, the energy was very nice. They seem like they're hardworking, honest people. I wish everyone the best of luck.